Hello my friends, let's continue our full stack developing using Django and Angular, and today we will work on the front-end part, and we will create user registration form. So for now we have 3 endpoints for registration: user list and add image. If I open my editor and run building process for mobile application and for the web application, I will get another two front-end pages for web applications, for mobile and for web. Oops, sorry, for this moment building process was not completed. Okay, so the first question is where to create the component with registration form. I think the best place for this would be core application, because I'm going to share this component between two applications, mobile and the web as well. So core application for me is a very nice choice. And I open another terminal, go to the front-end folder, and using such command I generate generate component inside folder form and registration form in the project core. And then it says me that appropriate files was created inside core application in src lib forms registration form. Okay, good. Let me check it. Front-end project core src lib forms, and this I see my new component. So here should be my super registration form. And now I guess I should include such component into the core module. But as I can see, it's already included by this command. Very nice, I like it. And now I am going to create another page inside the mobile application and put one of this link to this page. But before I create the page or component of this page, I need to create a module, and I will create it using this command ng generate module pages in the folder pages and inside the project and inside the Mobi application or project. Then I will generate the same I will generate the component in the same application and folder. Okay, let's check it out. Mobi src app pages registration, and here I have module and registration component. Okay, close it in this. So now I'm going to create a router. Where is my routers? App routing module. So this is the root, our parent router, and here I can just copy this object and use it as a template, but let's say it will be registration URL, and here I need to define my new module. So it's going to be pages, then registration and registration module, and then the name of the class registration module. oops, sorry, registration. I lost one symbol. So now I see my compilation going without any problem. Good. And I can check out registration. I can check out this URL in my browser. Oops, sorry, Mobi first and then registration. And I see the error, but this error it comes from the Django application, because Django does not know this URL. That's why it cannot load this page. And let me fix it. Go to the backend, the root URL spy, and create another one, duplicate routing. Routing will be pointed to the registration URL and uses the same function. So now I see that it works, but not so good. Registration. Let me open the console. I see the redirect on the main page and this error. But after Shift F5, I see another kind of error. Maximum call stack size excited. And it seems like some kind of recursive calling. This is because of routing. Ionic use its own routing system, and this is root routes or parent, lazy loading routes, and lazy loading module, and every module needs to have its own routing, child routing. So, and I need to define such routing inside my registration module. And I need to create a new file as a child routing for the registration module here, and name it as a registration routing module. And here I first import the modules that I need. Then I import this registration component and define the routes list with the one object with the empty path and component registration component. Then I defined decorator and define two keys, imports and export, where I import router module and export it. And finally I define the class, export class, registration page routing module. And then in the registration module I need to include this child routing. So I import it and then put inside the imports list. And now after refreshing my page, my error has gone. And now I can point some of these links to the new component. Sorry, not component, to the route. So let me see where do I have such links. Okay, I have it here. Inbox, outbox. Okay, I will remove all of them and leave only two. Instead of outbox, I will type registration and point it to the registration URL. refresh my page and click on the registration, and I see the registration works, but I don't see any any layout, right? So I need to probably to edit my template, or not. Okay, let me close it. Not I see everything okay. So now I have inbox and registration, which works nice. But instead of this phrase, I need to input here the content of my component that I created previously, component of the registration form from the core module. Here I need to see super registration form. So in order to see, I need to insert the special tag core registration form selector of this component inside the component when I want to see this form. But I want to see inside the registration component instead of this. Okay, I refresh my page, and now I see another kind of error, which tells me that this core registration form tag, this tag is not recognized by the Angular. And of course, this component, it is not part of this module, so I need to make it as a part of the module, of this registration module inside the mobile application. And I suppose that I need to include my core module inside registration module, because this module is loaded lazy. It's lazy loading module. So that's why it does not use anything from app module. So I need to import core module and insert it into the imports list. Okay, let's have a look. Does it help? Yeah, the error is gone. No. So the error still there. Probably I forget to export this component from the core module, from this module. Okay, let me see. Core module, and I see the declaration. Yeah, I put registration form component inside declaration, but I guess I need to insert it inside the export list as well, because I will use it outside this module. So I need to export it. I'm refreshing my page. Go to the registration. Wow, yes, bingo. And now let's create our super registration form. Why super? Because I'm gonna use super libraries. Let me introduce them: Angular material and flex layout. Libraries for the stylization, beautifulization, and superalization. Okay. Let's add Angular material by the command ng add Angular material. And then I need to pick up some kind of style. Include Hammer.js, yes. Animation, yes. After that, it's updated several files for me. So then I add a flex layout library in package.json file, but I will do it manually because by default it uses wrong version. I need this version, and after saving I need to run npm install command, sorry, command just npm install. Good, one package was added. And now I can try to use material design inside my core application into the registration form component. But before, I need to import libraries in core module. Import classes or modules of the material, and every of material module is responsible of separate user interface element. For example, input module for input tag, form field module, icon module, button module, select, data picker, and finally flex layout module for designing blocks and arrangement them into the different ways. And then I include all of them in the imports section. And now I guess I can try to insert the form into the template. Open my template. Every field should be wrapped inside mod form field. Then label, icon, hint, and input, and others fields: email, password, gender. As you can see, in gender I use mod select input. That is special selector for the mod select module. And after refreshing, I see that crap. And okay, but I'm interested about errors. So the error tells me that I need to include browser animation model or noob animation model. Okay, I open the core module, or I think it makes sense probably to import it inside Mobi app module in the root parent module of my whole application, mobile application. Somewhere here I will import browser animations model and import it. Now I refresh my page and see the errors gone. Then I go to registration and still see this not so nice form. So how can I fix this ugliness, right? Let me see. I think I should insert form tag and define a flex layout. Define it as a column layout to arrange every field in according to the column. Then I close this tag and see what happens. Okay, a little bit better. Okay, and let me stop my building process and rebuild it one more time. Sometimes it helps sometimes, especially when you add additional libraries using npm install. No, in this case it doesn't work. Okay, let me see how I'm inserting this form inside the registration component. I just put only one tag inside it. Okay, let me see how it happened, how it goes in the original folder page. So on this page, and I see many specific tags like ion header, ion content. So it's a specific tags for Ionic. Probably I should use them. I should use them here, just like that. Define the ion content tag, full screen true, then define the div with the ID container, then ionic card, inside ionic card header, then ionic card title, then ionic card content, and here put the core registration form. Okay, let me check it. Press on registration. Oops. And what I got an error. Full screen isn't known property of ion content, and I suppose that it because my core module does not know anything about ionic. Probably I also should to import it and include it into. Oh no, I'm wrong. Not in the core module, but in the registration module here, inside my mobile application, because my core module, it does not depend on ionic. It uses it's used not only on mobile but on the web and everything. So we need to include ionic libraries here and in our new registration module, because this module is lazy loading again. So I import ionic module and put it into imports list. Then I refresh the page and go to the registration. So it looks a little bit better. I see the card, but my form still very far from beautiful and super. I think something wrong with styles, right? So my mobile application does not know about material design styles. And our styles can be found inside Angular.json file. Let's have a look on this file more specifically and accurately. When I installed Angular material, it should put some kind of styles here. Yes, I see styles. This material style CSS indigo pink theme. But these styles is only for web application, right? But what about mobile application? Mobi. No, I don't see such style. So let me add it here. And then stop building process and rebuild it again. Then go to browser and press Shift F5. Yes, bullseye, yeah. Now it looks very nice, but not completely. What is this? I guess this is icons. I don't see any icons here. If I want to see the icons, I need to add the link in my template. But template I have inside the backend project in templates folder, index mobi here. So I put this link here, the link to the material icons resource or style sheet. Okay, let's check it. Yeah, good. Now I see the icons. But something missing here, right? Button. Let me put the button in the registration form component. Okay, I can remove it already. Title, and at the end put the button. Oh, very nice. It even becomes smaller for some reason, but looking wonderful. So now I have the complete form, and I want to see the very same form here inside the web application. I think it should be very quick and easy. What if I insert this form just like that, like I did in the registration component inside mobile application, and do the same with web application. For example, with the app component HTML here. And then refresh my page. Yes, and I see this form. All what I need is to add icons. Okay, it's very easy. I just copy it from here and insert inside web index page. So now we have the same form here and here. And if we start to edit this form, it will be automatically edited into the two places. We will edit it in one place, in core application, but this form will be reflected into two. So let me close all of this and open the component in the core application registration form component here, right? And try to request my backend and submit the data from my form. I need my IP service. Of course, I need it inside the constructor. Let's have a look on my service. On my service I have only one method, so I need another one for the registration. So I define this method. This method accepts data. It's kind of object with the data from my form. Then I return the post method, and inside I define the URL. So this one, right? And finally I put the data inside the post method. And that's all with my API service. And I will switch on the component. In the component I will define several variables according to the fields in my form. There's name, email, password, gender, birthday. Then I'm going to define a method submit, define a constant inside it, data, with the object, and make this object username, password, gender, email, and birthday. So then I need to pass this object into my API service. So I use this API, call the function registration, put the data inside, then subscribe on it, put the anonymous function inside the subscribe function, and print something out, print the result in the console. So next step, I need to bind these variables with the form fields, and I can do it by the ng model attribute, Angular attribute, but also I need to define the name attribute also. It's necessary. And then do the same with the email with the password, with the gender, and I completely forget about birthday, right? So, and we can put the special tag data picker. I put form field, then label, then input, bind to the birthday, and then data picker toggle switcher, and made data picker tag. It's kind of an icon. So then my button is already connected to the submit function by the event click event. It looks probably correct. Okay, let's check it out. Press F5. Nope, empty page, probably some error. Yes, isn't known property of input. Probably Angular does not know about ng model, and I have to teach it. And in order to let the Angular know about this tag, this attribute or directive, it's named directive, I need to add in core module import forms module and put it inside imports again, and then F5, refresh my page, and I see another kind of error. It's about met data picker not provider found for date adapter. You must import one of the following modules. Okay, so I need to import some modules, right? Okay, let's do it. So what kind of module do you want? Native date and mat moment. Okay, let's start with native date. Native date module. Then put it here. Maybe it will be enough. Registration. Yes, it's enough. So now I see a new field. I even can click on the icon and see the calendar and pick up some date. Very good, very good. Okay, let's try to submit something. Oh, I see the request. It goes to the server, account registration, but got 400 status. And what does it say? It says date was wrong format. Okay, let's see what kind of format do you send me. Okay, yeah, this is really wrong format. My server cannot understand such format. It needs only this one, without this. So I can just open the backend, open the account folder, then serializers, then registration, and here I see validate username, and at the same way I can validate the birthday and change it simply simply like that. I define another function, validate birthday, and in this function I will convert this format in this format. So I just remove this, and I'm going to do it by separate this string by this letter. So I split it by t and get the 0 element first element. Okay, let's check it. Again I submit the form, and again some kind of problem. Oh, I just noticed, guys, that I duplicate two serializer, registration serializer, registration and user request serializer. And in my registration views I use user request serializer from here. Okay, probably I will delete it at all, and we'll use registration request serializer because it's really duplicate. And go to the views, and here I import registration request serializer from registration py, registration model, and then put this serializer in the request body, in the response, and then again check it out. Oh, now I see another error. User request serializer is not defined. So, and where is not defined? Views registration py. Of course, I forgot put it here. Again check it. See another error. Now it's not null constraint with username. So it tries to put null instead of username. Let's have a look in our serializer, in the save method. Username equals username, but I guess in my registration form I have not username, I have name. Probably I should use email like a username. Yeah, I think it's good idea. So I will a little bit change my serializer and use email as a username. Okay, let's try again. Okay, I don't have email in the validated data. Yeah, in the data of form. Okay, let me see what kind of data I have. I have birthday, email, gender, password, username. No, I have everything. Okay, I turn it back to the username and print the validated data to check what kind of data I have here. Again submit, go back and go up and to look where is the data. Here my data, and I see, yes, really username is none. Why it's none? It's interesting. Probably something wrong with validator. I think yes it is, because validator should return something. I forgot to return them. I need to return the value which is passed into this function, right? Silly me, sorry. Okay, now submit. Oh, bingo, right. Now the registration is completed, and I guess now I have a new user in my admin interface. Yes, that's right. So finally registration is completed, and my lesson also completed. Thank you for your patience, for your attention, and for your time. Goodbye, see you later.